so pretty out here. And we got a snowstorm. It lasted a couple of days, 2.5 days. Dumped well over a foot of snow, probably more up here on the mountain. I have to admit, it is really cold out. It's like, well, where I live, it's 17 degrees. Yeah, I gotta put my glove on. All the snow is just laying on the branches like this. And it's so pretty. So I'm just out here getting some fresh air. Hello friends, welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jeanette. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite cooler weather recipes, and that is homemade granola. Except I'm going to do this without any added processed oils, of course, without any added nut or seed butters, and using only whole food sweeteners. Now, if you go into the grocery store, a lot of commercially made granolas contain processed oils. And a lot of the recipes I've seen online or in cookbooks call for some sort of nut or seed butter. Now, not that nut or seed butters are bad in any way, they're very nutritious foods. I was just looking for something a little bit lower in fat, so I decided to leave that ingredient out and see what would happen. And what happened was a really crispy, really flavorful granola, and honestly, I did not even miss the nut or seed butters in it. Now, the nice thing about homemade granola is it's totally customizable. So once you make your master oat batch, then you can add whatever add-ins you like to it, or leave it as simple as you like. I want you to really pay attention to the way I make the base, because once you make your oat mixture, like I said, the add-ins are all up to you. All right, so let's get started.
I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave?
There is my finished granola. Now, this will continue to crisp up as it cools down. On average, when I make granola, it takes between 30 and 40 minutes, depending on how hot the oven is. I've made granola in twice as big of a batch, where it completely covers 2 baking sheets, and I can get away with 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it cooks it perfectly in about 40 minutes. This particular batch was smaller and it had a lot more room on the baking sheets. I started out at 350 and I noticed that was a little bit high because it was starting to get a little overdone a little too soon in some spots. So I turned the oven down to 325 Fahrenheit about midway through, and that worked really well. And really important, you want to make sure that you stir this around every 10 minutes. You have to keep an eye on it because it can go from being perfectly toasted to burned in a very short period of time. So when you're making granola, it's not the time to go to the gym, it's not the time to take a nap. You have to keep an eye on it and really use your nose, because you'll be able to tell when it's starting to get really fragrant and perfectly toasted versus when it's starting to burn a little bit. So just stir it around every 10 minutes. When it's starting to get nice and golden brown, that's when you want to consider taking it out of the oven, because like I said, it's going to continue to cook a little bit more and it will continue to get crispy as it cools. Now, in the beginning, I put in my pumpkin seeds and my coconut because I like them a little bit toasted, but you don't have to do that at the beginning. You can put them in at the end when everything's cooled if you like that, or don't put them in at all and change them up for something else. So I let this cool completely, and then I will put it in airtight containers and store it in my pantry, and I can eat it all week long. So I hope you enjoyed this little granola recipe. Let me know if you make this and what variations you like to do with your granola. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.
It goes